What's going on, guys? Happy New Year to everyone. And I worked on my fishing system again this week. So here it is. I actually added a few event systems as well, which I will show. So the cast is still the same and the splash effect, but this time I instantiated a fish on the line. And when you hold down, it starts to reel with an animation I made. And then once it's close enough, an animation plays that he caught the fish. On the bottom left, you see an item was added to the inventory. And over here, this is what I saw from like a Zelda Breath of the Wild, where any new item that's found, there's like an initial tutorial type thing that pops up about this specific item if you haven't found it before. And in this case, it's grouper, and then just put a random description here, found in the sea, using various cooking recipes and energy potions. So it gives the player some information about what they caught, and also if it's something that's new. Now this one happens to be a bass, so this one's going to show that same tutorial type pop-up. I just put various cooking recipes, life potions, and then the bass shows up. And you can see both these are in the inventory there. Now I also have it set up for a salmon. These are randomly generated based on 3 different type of fish I just did. Oh, and it just happens to be the salmon. So same thing, animation. And I have this one as various cooking recipes and mana potions. I'll definitely update these as I go, but I just wanted to get the initial system working. So I'll do one more, just to show. So now this one is a grouper. And grouper. Then there's no new item pop up because it's not a new item. So let me see if that'll actually work with some of this. Let's see if the carrot works. Nope, they're just boxes. Let's see if the emerald works. All right, so we got some emeralds here on the ground. So you pick up is the first time you picked up an emerald. And then when you, on any key down, it gets destroyed. So like if the player turns or clicks out of the tutorial. And then the pickup. Blueberry soup, pick up. Now if I pick up the emerald again, it doesn't show because it's not a new item that I found. My description is an emerald. So really happy with the progress this week. Now he's super slow. Forgot what else I was going to show. Oh yeah, you could do it from the dock as well. So that when it gets close, I made it so that it goes up in the z-axis. But before that, I made it so the fish can't, so it doesn't come flying out of the air immediately. I'll probably tweak that as I go, but this allowed me to do it from the dock. So also, like cast doesn't show if it's on like the red circle, if it's on like the dock or something like that. But if it's on the ocean or water, then you can cast. So you have the splash effect, and I just set it for 2 seconds just for speed purposes. Reel it in. And there we go. There's the fish. And then just pops up over here on the left. And that's the fishing system. If you guys want to see the code, I will show you guys right now. So I'm not going to go through everything in detail, but just show you the main methods that I'm using. So first off, the player is going to use the back cast, get ready to cast. It's kind of like a charge up before they cast. This is going to cast the line into the water. The follow path is the Bezier curve I used to make the that curved path into the water. Wait for fish. Right now I've set it for like 2 seconds, but I'll probably set it for 1 to 10 seconds when the game is actually playable. And then once that random seconds occurs, there's the exclamation point you see and splash. These are from the particle effects manager that I made. Then it shows fishes on the line. There's another splash, and the fish gets randomly generated based on the animal generator I made a few weeks ago to spawn fish in the water. And this one just spawns one fish at the hook position. And then I have some methods here when the player clicks or holds down the mouse key to reel. And then as the player gets closer, it's pull up. Or as the fish gets closer to the player, it shows pull up. So if they get distance between the player and the fish, it's greater than 4, it reels it in. Otherwise, if it's shorter distance, it pulls them up. If the distance is less than 1, then it starts the coroutine catch fish. And basically it shows is caught is true. It makes the plays the animation that the player looks at the fish. It's kind of like a pause there, so wait 2 seconds. I set the animator speed back to normal because I make it slower so the player can look at the fish. Destroys the fish. Is caught as then false. It adds the item of fish to the inventory, and it just kind of resets a lot of the other variables so the player could fish again. And then it resets the animation back. So that's the basic part of the fishing there. And I'll show you guys if you want to see it. This is the event system that I was working on. And so these are all my events. But this one in particular, NewItemAdded new, is what I worked on this week. And whenever an item is added, so if I go to my inventory, add an item, it calls event manager instance.ItemAdded is called as an event. And then I recently just created a new class called player achievements. And this allows you to, or this triggers the event that an item was added. So it's going to check here if that item is a new item. So this is the first time I actually used a dictionary, but this is a good use of it. This achievements list or class will include this dictionary that shows items found. So if the item is not found, then return false return false if it's not a new item. If it is a new item, it's going to return true. So if it's not found in here in that list, that means it's a new item and it's going to return true. And then over here for the add item method, if it's a new item, it's going to add it to the list because it's not found yet. But if it's not a new item and it's existing, it's already found, it's just going to add a value of 1 to that list. So this method or this class here, player achievements, determines if it's a new item. And if it is, it's going to trigger the event manager item added new. And I'm getting a little far into this now, 8 minutes in, but there's a lot to show in case anyone's interested. It's going to, this event manager instance unadded new subscribes to create new item add UI. So if it's just a normal, not new item, it's just going to create a new UI called item add, which you see in the bottom left when an item is added. Otherwise, it's going to create the new item add UI, which is like what you see in the center with more of a description of the item. So we're already almost at 9 minutes, so I'm going to close it here. For next week, I'm going to work on the actual like reeling, like if the fish is fighting. So there's like some challenge involved rather than just hold a button and you always catch it. And I'll probably also add, like, if you wait too long, the fish might get away, as it was suggested in the comments. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions or comments below.